Our sexpert Dorothy Black is joining us in studio, and she's going to tell us 7 tips to a good, healthy relationship. Hello, Dorothy.
Hi, Jennifer.
Well, everybody wants a good, healthy relationship.
Right.
Now, the question is everyone in one?
Right.
So you have 7 tips here that are here on the iPad. Let's go through the first one. It's safe.
Right. I think safety is the most important one. So it doesn't just mean physical, it means that you feel emotionally safe as well. So if your partner is flying into rages all the time, or putting you down, or making you feel bad about yourself, even if they're being passive aggressive, because that's a form of manipulation, if they're making you feel that you can't trust them, these are big deal breakers. Your partner, the person that you should feel that you can trust, that you can open up to, should never be making you feel unsafe and scared of them.
Okay, so we need to be safe, both physically and emotionally.
Right.
Now, what's the next one?
The next one is validation, which to me doesn't mean that your partner has to always agree with everything you're saying or doing. What it does mean is that your thoughts and your feelings and your opinions are given a space to be heard and are on equal footing with your partner. So you are never made to feel less than your partner.
Do you find that people don't always know if they're being validated or how to assess validation?
I think when your feelings are being dismissed, when you're being made to feel less than, when your opinions are being invalidated, you will know immediately. You will feel dismissed. You will feel to be made less than. It will feel uncomfortable. You will feel unheard, and you will feel pushed aside.
Okay, so we have safe, validation, and what's number 3?
Number 3, supported. You know, that doesn't mean that your partner has to go to every baby shower and every opera or watch every rom-com or go to every sporting event you like or go clothes shopping with you. I do not understand the women who drag their men with them into clothes shops.
That's terrible.
When they sit there and they're clearly bored and not interested.
Yeah.
It's just rubbish. You and your partner are going to have different interests. Supported means that you're able to enjoy your interests and that they support your passion for that. Support can mean that maybe they come with you if they feel like it, but it can also mean listening to your accomplishments, praising you for accomplishments, asking questions about it, and taking it seriously, taking your passions seriously and not belittling it if they're not interested in it. So supported to me is a very interesting one because we tend to think that supported means we need to live in each other's back pocket all the time, and it's not that. But it does mean giving emphasis and as much care and thought to your partner's interests as what you would like taken or given to you.
But what about family events? Should you expect your partner to come with you to a family event or even a friend's party?
Right. I think this is a case-by-case situation, but I would veer more towards your partner going with you. Especially if they're like family situations that you feel like you need support in, that you need someone in your team. If your partner's going to, knows that you maybe have a difficult situation to go into, like with a wedding or a family's birthday or a family gathering, you want someone on your side. And if your partner's going to be like, well, I don't feel like it, so you're just going to have to do that by yourself, that would kind of make me do that, like raise my eyebrows a bit and be like, really? What about us being a team and doing this together? So I think support when it comes to emotionally difficult testing family situations becomes really important for your partner to be there for you.
Okay, great. So that was number 3. Right. Now moving on to number 4, what is it?
Heard. To be heard. You know, when someone pays attention, really pays attention, it means that they're not on their cell phones, they're not watching TV.
And they're actively listening.
They're actively listening. And listening is an active action. You have to listen, you have to pay attention to what's being said. So heard is when you can say something and your partner responds with questions or they move the conversation through and they remember what you're saying. Being heard is incredibly important because if our intimate partner isn't hearing what we're saying, isn't listening to us, cannot take the time to put the phone down, to stop watching TV, to look us in our eyes and have a conversation, the very basis of a relationship, there is a huge problem.
Okay, great. So that was number 4. Now we're on to number 5. What's your 5th tip?
Being made to be a priority. It doesn't mean that you have to be the priority in someone's life. You never want to be the priority in someone's life. That's a little bit creepy.
Right. Yeah.
I think the only time that something should be The be-all and end-all priority in life is when you have little children. Otherwise, your partner is there as an equal, but definitely a priority. And if you cannot make someone a priority, and they're just part of like some sort of stage setup with everybody else that's making your life super awesome, then that's a problem. Someone needs to make you feel like you are important in their lives, that you deserve their time, that you deserve their input, that you deserve their attention. And if you can't receive that from your partner, who else are you going to be receiving that from?
Okay, now we're almost at the end of the list.
Yeah.
What's the 6th tip?
Special, being made to feel special.
Everybody wants to feel special.
Everyone wants to feel special, and if you can't make your partner feel special, if you can't do special things for your partner, and they can't do it for you, who are you going to do it for? Yeah. You're not going out with a friend, you're not going out with your brother, you're not going out with a family member, you're going out with your partner. You want to do special, cute things for them, and my best is when people say like, well, I don't do that. I don't buy flowers, that's not my thing. I don't do, public displays of affection, that's not my thing. My girlfriend might want it, my boyfriend might want it, but it's just not me. And well, okay, that's nice, but I'm pretty sure your partner will go find that from someone else. Yeah. So it's not so much about what you feel comfortable with all the time. How about giving a bit?
So we're up to the last tip. What is it?
Right. Compromise and sacrifice. I think in some really unhealthy relationships, there's always one person who's compromising too much, one person who's giving too much, one person who is, and giving doesn't mean that they're being, fabulous, beautiful giving people. It means that they're doormats. They don't know what their priorities are. They don't have boundaries. So that's not a great thing. Yeah. But in really unhealthy relationships, there is that imbalance. And so to me, a healthy relationship is when there is equal investments in it. So both partners are equally emotionally invested. Both partners are equally giving of information, of time, of priority. And if there is an imbalance, and there's always going to be imbalance, there's always going to be stuff that happens. Your partner or you might have to work late for 3 months. Something terrible happens at work, you need to fill in for 3 months. But that would be a temporary thing. Right. Ultimately, you're still making your partner feel special. You're still telling them they're a priority. When you find yourself compromising too much and there's an imbalance in your relationship, you need to bring that back up to a healthy level.